want to test your equipment. It's always reassuring to look in the cabinet and say, okay, I've got that put away, I've got this put away. But if you've never really tested that equipment and gotten a sense of how it works, you're probably going to have some surprises when the time comes that you really need to put those things to use. Well, this stove is so well thought out that the flue pieces, they're made of stainless steel, and they've got a little, I don't know what you'd call it, like a cuff that's formed on the bottom end. And all you do is you slide them out and then assemble them, and it goes together that simply. And it'll break apart. Clean those things up and put them away, and then they store inside the stove as well as the adapter on the back. But one of the other learning points I got, and we've put some wood away, but this is standard fireplace length, and it turns out that that is a little bit too tall for this stove, which is no real problem, but I'd rather know that now and be prepared that if I have to pull this out, I know that I'm going to have to get my saw out and cut these pieces of wood in half. Well, it's a beautiful sunny day. It's actually Sunday, and Beth is going to make eggs and potatoes for her and Matt. Now, I'm not a big egg eater, but she's going to make some pancakes for me, and we thought, hey, let's break out the Silverfire Hunter and see how easy it is to use and how easy it is to cook on. Now, the nice thing about this stove is it'll run on any biomass, and if you look behind me, you'll see this piece of property is quite blessed with a lot of biomass. Pine cones, pine needles, and a lot of wood. So this is going to be a great stove for this area. Just going to light the newspaper in the bottom here, and I've got a little bit of wood in there to get things going. Well, you can see right now there's hardly any smoke coming out of the flue, which is nice. Beth is going to start with, I think, the potatoes, and then she's going to cook some eggs and then the pancakes, and well, then we're going to settle down for a really nice breakfast. So what else is for breakfast here?
Oh, so we are totally having potatoes with onions and pancakes, because David doesn't eat eggs, and then we're going to have scrambled eggs with also turkey bacon and chicken and apple sausage. So
nice
full
breakfast for
so I'm going to pour in a little bit of
cold
oil.
day. You're going to add the onions.
Onions, pepper, salt.
It just smells delicious.
Well, we need smell vision at some point. Whoever invents that is going to make $1 million.
Or more.
Let that cook for a few minutes.
So I thought I'd give you a quick look at, we've been cooking for a while. There's still plenty of wood in there, and we've got the inlet down to 0, so we're also getting a sense of how much cooking time we get for that load of wood. Just going to reposition the camera up here and let you take a look. There is literally no smoke coming out of that flue now that it's up to heat, and primary and secondary air are being utilized. So very, very comfortable stove to cook with. Here we go. Oh, those look good.
Turkey bacon's going to cook faster than the sausage.
Yeah, you could just stack them up maybe.
Yeah. Okay, let me go get that.
All right, we're ready for pancakes, my favorite. Nice. This is Matt's favorite food group, scrambled eggs. Oh, I think you got the perfect heat, huh?
Dad, do you want to get me a bowl for these?
Yep. that heat up a little more?
Yeah.
All right, guys, that's what I'm eating for breakfast. Pancakes, turkey bacon, potatoes and onions, and a little chicken and apple sausage, all cooked on the Silverfire Hunter Stove. Oh, and some Canadian maple syrup. Awesome. Well, I'm going to enjoy my breakfast. Hey, Todd, thank you for all you do, not only for those of us in the United States and around the world that are interested in preparedness, but also what you do around the world for humanitarian relief. This stove is awesome. It's easy to use. I literally took it out of our preparedness storage locker today, pulled it out of the box, set it up. I've never used it before, and Beth has never cooked on it before. And I think if I actually had to do this in a real life scenario and count on this for 3 meals a day, I probably would set up a cooking station, elevate this up off the ground, have some wood storage down below, some outrigger tables for food preparation, but very, very easy stove to use. At the very end, the cast iron skillet was getting a little cool for Beth cooking her eggs, and it was just a matter of opening up the draft inlet, and the stove responded pretty quickly. And there's still enough wood in there that if I needed to, you certainly could heat up some water for cleaning dishes. That's the other learning point here that I thought of while Beth was finishing cooking. I went inside and real quickly cleaned up. I'm going to be on kitchen duty today, but if you had to do this for any extended period of time, it made me really think about some other things. Heating up water for cleaning your dishes, and something we take for granted every time we turn on that faucet with hot water. So something to think about in your preparedness plan. The other learning point for me was how much wood that we needed. Honestly, we didn't need very much, and I did add a piece midway through, and Beth later on said probably didn't need to add that because it did get a little bit hot right after that. I also learned that the wood that we put away is a little bit on the long side, so it's nice to know that ahead of time, but not a problem to use a saw and cut it down. But easy stove to use. I'm going to clean it up later this afternoon, break the flue back down, stow it in the box, and at least we've had one dry run. I'm thinking we're going to want to do this again, but Beth and I both learned something doing this today. So that's the learning point as we begin the new year. Take a look at your preparedness locker, take a look at the items you've put away, and maybe start pulling some things out and practicing so that when the time comes you need to count on them for real, for yourself, your family, and hopefully you're thinking about your friends that aren't prepared, that you'll know how to operate and use your preparedness items. All right, guys, be safe and Happy New Year. Watch your hair.
Catch my hair on
You'll look like me.